what you gotta do.
Welcome to the baddest show on this side of the Sahara, the award-winning program, the E-List. In case you're just joining us, this is Grapevine. Rah! Now, Kenya is termed as a walking nation, and during the Made in Islando installation, the Juakali pedestrians had a dance performance portraying this. Let's check it out. During the pandemic, walking in public gained significant social and artistic interest more than ever. Juakali Pedestrian Walking Station project, choreographed by Jared Onyango, is investigating what movements in urban spaces and contact city spaces have in common with pedestrians.
The whole thing was inspired by the idea that in Nairobi we walk a lot more than we spend so many hours walking, more than the hours we spend walking because of traffic and also the difficulty of connecting roads to the working places. So many Nairobians prefer to walk on foot because of the traffic jam and also the complication of Nairobi roads, how to connect one route to another. So it's easier to make shortcuts when you walk than when you are on a car or on a matatu. And also something that triggered even the inspiration is the idea that around 2005, there was this thing of the walking nation in the mainstream media mainly, that in every news bulletin was this thing of Nairobians are walking nation or a working nation. There was this question that kept coming on, like, is Nairobi a working nation or a walking nation? So I wanted also, like, to, as an artist, to test this idea of Nairobi as a walking nation and make it an art project that can be translated into a performance. I had to think of how to take a walk from the street and make it on a space for performance. But at the same time, I knew that I have fresh dancers. So because I work as a dancer and also as a choreographer, so I have to know what I want and also what the dancers are capable of doing. There are dancers that mostly I haven't worked with before, but I spent 6 days working with them, always trying to try something. If it works, we place it on space. If it doesn't work, we take it out, we look for another. It's always trial and error and a lot of explorations. But holding the idea that walking is our main thread for the whole, that holds the whole piece. Before I did this performance for a digital presentation, but with two of the dancers. So it's something like I've been working on for the last 2 years. And then to bring on the 5 new dancers. So the 2 dancers already had some idea. And my work is actually to see how to integrate the group to become together and also to make some inputs because it's sort of, I have a score, and in this score I know what I probably test and what should follow what, and because of the dancers that I have, I also see them working on space, then I have a clue that this one can do this here and this one doesn't work here. This is a word chart that I have this here, Juakali, and then Juakali is like the main word. But then if you look at the word Juakali, like if you really want to define it or want to look at it a bit deeper, then who are Juakali people? Like, who are Juakali? This is a class of Kenyans, like Kenyans who probably we see them mainly coming from the Eastlands. There are Kenyans who do mainly manual labor. Mainly they don't work intellectually. Like, they don't use much of we can say so. But we can say that they work with their bodies. They work with their hands. And they walk a lot. And so this inspires everything. And then around in the Eastlands, then we have this We say like Jogo Road, we have Outer Ring Road, we have Juja, we have what's like Ukenya. Then nowadays we have social distance, which is somewhere there, and quarantine. Like, but social distance is also a way of like choreographing the mass, like choreographing the whole public. Like the government decides that, okay, now because we have health crisis, everybody has to maintain certain physical distance to one another so that the disease doesn't spread. But you see, this also, like, we can also go from social distance, we can also go to lockdown, to isolation, to everything, yeah.
It's quite interesting because when you're choreographing and at the same time being inside the piece, it's totally different, because when you are working outside, there are moments when I had to get out to see the picture that I had in mind being performed by the fellow dancers. And when I got into the space, it was now me trying to come together with what I had envisioned and passed it on to the dancers. So it wasn't much of a hassle because I've been dancing for quite some time, and this, as an artist and also as a choreographer, these are some of the things that you always find yourself in when creating a piece. Whenever you're performing, be it a musician, be it a dancer, you have no room for like giving it 80% or less than 100. So you always target 100 and plus. This is the second time I'm performing this piece, and the first performance we did it in the streets of Nairobi. You know, the streets of Nairobi, the terrain is very different. And now coming here to this space, the floor is defined for you. You really can't do much about it. So it's now you as a dancer to adapt to it. Definitely it was very slippery, it's especially the kind of shoes that we were wearing. If your shoe has no enough grip, you'll definitely fall off the stage. But we are grateful because our dancers really had to endure the process. I myself had to endure as well because it was very slippery. But we thank God that we made use of this space as well. Yeah.
Actually, it was something new for us all. We've never done a piece like this, but it wasn't really that challenging, and we liked it because it also it connected us. The connection, the moments on the space, yeah, people watching, us moving around, the experiences, the sounds in the background, it was awesome.
This project, I expect that in next month, in March and April, we will be working with a team from Berlin, choreographers and 2 dancers, 1 choreographer and 2 dancers. From Berlin, we will be working with the help of the Goethe Institute. We will be doing more research and make a presentation. This presentation now will happen in Berlin. It's been booked. So for the month of April and May, we will go to Berlin to make performance. And then after that, I have some of my activities as an artist that I'll be following.
What you gotta do?
She is a Miss Africa Gold and Somalia, and she goes by the name Safia Hussein. Safia, welcome to Grapevine. How are you?
Well, thank you so much. Safia Mohamed Hussein.
Safia Mohamed Hussein.
Hussein.
Yo Mohamed
Yeah.
nilisahau na lazima
Yeah.
ingia hapo. Mohamed ni jina ya baba umeamua lazima ikae hapo.
Yeah, hivyo.
How did you get into the modeling scene?
It was a passion, and since I was young, I always looked forward, at least for the first time, even if it's like I go for 3 auditions or 60 auditions or 1,000 ones, at least I appear once as a miss on screen. So yeah, it was a passion since I was young.
Since you were young. Now, as a Muslim lady, you know, from Somalia,
Yeah.
I believe, I don't know, you tell me, is it really hard for you to get into this industry because you're usually so reserved? Muslim girls are reserved and modest, hawataki kuonekana, hawafai kuonekana sana, wajua nywele zenyewe lazima mfinike. Lakini in pageantries, kuna like the bikini part.
Yeah.
So, has that ever been something yenye imekuhinda?
Oh well, no, good question first. Since I have been into the pageantry, they always ask like, are you okay in it? Are you okay doing this? So you'll be like, no, I'm not okay in this. Maybe if I can do it in this way, then it will be better. And as a Somali lady, as a Muslim lady, they know like you cannot do bikini, but there is a way at least you can do it. At least you fit in that group.
Okay, so when the rest are doing bikini,
Yeah, there is
the runway
there is a way you wear it even for you that at least it can be seen you are wearing a bikini, but not the bikini that they are wearing
revealing.
it. Yeah, not revealing. Yeah, you could toy.
Okay, I've seen that with Halima Aden.
Exactly.
I think you know Halima.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
international. Na
Role
yeye
model.
huwa anabaki too modest and all, but
Exactly.
she's okay. Okay, so has that ever been an issue for your family? Wakikwambia usifanye hii modeling because you know?
It was at first point, but then at least explaining to them what real this industry is, and you're not being forced to do things you don't like. At least they give you that chance. At least you try it and you do it, and they really support you in that. So,
You're
yeah.
also a poet.
Yeah.
That's actually what you do. Tell me about that.
Okay, I do poetry, I do spoken word artist. Actually, I am a spokesperson. I like speaking. Public speaking is what I really loved the most. And yeah, I do poetry.
Would you say your poetry side, the poetry side of you helps you in this?
It really helps me a lot, at least when I'm told like, introduce yourself. Whenever I'm introducing myself, everyone is like, wow, you do poetry. You get me? Like, so it gives me a lot of exposure, a lot of that confidence in talking in front of camera and everything, yeah.
So how far are you in your poetry journey? Is it something you do? Ama wewe tu unaandika poems zako unaketi nazo?
Okay. Zamani I used to do that, but for now I do perform on stages. Most of the times I perform on one mic with Poet Andrew. It happens each and every first Sunday of every month. So we go there, we perform, and yeah, it's a good place for me. Walikataa kunipea nominations na Frima, wakajifanya bado hawatambui jina. Kila saa nateseka ka Nairobi nzima. Unaweza niita Ishuka ni chuki misina, au unaweza niita Ishwaka ni chuki junina. Na mistari zangu the bond bundika na pima, na hapa nikiperform utadhani pala rima.
Alright, okay. Who are some of your role models in the modeling scene?
Halima Aden first, my manager Philomena.
Did you do your auditions in Kenya or did you do them in Somalia?
They always happen. We go there, we do the auditions through online basically. At times we do it physically. So there was this time we did it through online, and the other time we did it as a physical way. So during the audition they'd be like, can you do it? Or can you represent Somalia? Can you do it? Can you do the catwalks and everything? Actually, for instance, come for the audition and we see what you got. Show us what you got.
What does this crown mean to you?
Oh, this crown means, okay, it's a blessings for me. It's a dream came true. It's a honor for me. At least I'm representing a whole country, the whole Somaliland. Since I told my dream about mom, she was like, if you get a crown as a miss and in the right way, then I'm sure I'll be proud of you. So it's like I'm making my mom's dream came true too, in a way that at least even myself, my dreams came true too.
You're going to Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how are you preparing yourself?
Okay. Preparations are more and more fast. There's a way like we do the fundraising. Actually, people need support, and I need a lot of support when it comes to funds for the accommodations and the flights and everything. Also, I'm preparing in terms of my catwalks. At least like I go there well prepared. There's a way like you cannot be doing the exact moves you used to do. At least you have to upgrade at least a little bit. So I'm working on my fitness, diet, the walks and everything.
So to the young Somali girl who's watching you right now and would love to, one day have a crown on their head just as you have it right now, what advice would you give them?
always have that consistency and persistence in yourself, that at least you can do this. No matter how many times you fail, there is that time at least you will win, and people will appreciate the fact that you came from far and you're really passionate about this. So always work on your dreams and be positive and love yourself at first point, and pray too much.
It's a good thing to see traditions being demystified in a way, because normally we were not used to seeing a Muslim girl in the modeling industry, and Safia being one of them, doing it and doing it proudly. We love to see it and we appreciate her, and we hope that she is going to do even much better in this industry. Now we have come to the end of the show, unfortunately, but before I leave you, let's check on the wrap-up song of the day. And our wrap-up song today is Fight by Otile Brown and King Kaka. That is King Kaka featuring Otile Brown. And one thing I have to mention, if you guys remember, or rather if I speak for myself, I got to know of Otile Brown from a collaboration he did with King Kaka way back then. You know, the song was Alivonipenda, and from that song is where I got to know Otile Brown, and I believe most people got to know Otile Brown from this particular collaboration. It's taken them years to work together, but well, they are back with a banger, a beautiful song. And we had King Kaka speaking and mentioning that, you know what, Otile Brown is the #1 artist in Kenya at the moment, and I have to agree with that if the YouTube numbers are anything to go by. The song is Fight, and it is a beautiful song. You need to check it out. Head over to their pages and check that song out. I have been your girl, Vivian Dago. You can simply just call me Miss V, and you know what they say, if you did not see it on Grapevine, then it most probably never happened. Adios.
I don't wanna fight nobody. Fight nobody. I don't wanna fight nobody.